Welcome to the PowerInsight demo for semiconductor PVD arc diagnostics. We begin by first navigating to the PowerInsight main dashboard. The main dashboard is where we organize the deployed units, such as generators or matches, into logical groupings to meet the end user's needs. Examples include grouping the units by tool, or by chamber, or by unit type. For this demonstration, we have 4 chambers, each hosting a Pinnacle DC source. Chambers 1 and 2 are powered by Pinnacle 2 DC sources, whereas chambers 3 and 4 are powered by Pinnacle 3 DC sources. Each unit has a faceplate that indicates the unit type, a unique identifier, connectivity status, and data rate, currently configured to read data at 4 Hz. Links to the dashboards or other resources can be added to each unit's faceplate, or to the group, or even to the main dashboard. Now let's review the current output of the Pinnacle 2 of Chamber 1. From the unit's faceplate, we select Live Data. This brings us to the primary dashboard for the Pinnacle 2 DC source. Starting at the top, we have a pull-down menu to switch the view to the other Pinnacle 2. There are a few digital readouts that indicate the active regulation mode, the current power set point and output of the unit. There are panels that summarize recent arcing events, runtime statistics, and there are 4 plots to display the recent power set point and power output profiles, the current profile, the voltage profile, and the recent arc events, which are measured in arcs per second. The dashboard allows the user to zoom in or out easily to review the unit's performance across different timescales. For example, we can zoom out to review the unit's performance over the past 60 minutes. For this demonstration, we are simulating 2 wafer recipes, X and Y. For Chamber 1, the recipe is alternating groupings of 5, where each group is preceded by a pre-processing step. Note that the shared crosshair spans all 4 panels to indicate the values of the other properties at the same moment in time. For example, at this time, the power set point and output are 35 kilowatts, which corresponds to a current of 50 amps, and a voltage of 700 volts. By selecting Pinnacle 2 Chamber 2 Master from adapter name, we can see that Chamber 2 has only been producing wafers using recipe X in groupings of 10, each preceded by a pre-processing step. We can zoom into the beginning of one of the groupings to view the pre-processing step and a recipe X in greater detail. To view the historical performance of the Pinnacle, first we navigate to the Power History dashboard. This opens a dashboard designed to present the critical properties over a long time period. In this example, the view spans about 11 days. Many of the same properties displayed by the Pinnacle Live Data dashboard are visible here as well: power, current, voltage. In addition, there is a panel that shows the cumulative energy output per maintenance cycle. For this example, a maintenance event is performed every 1200 kilowatt hours, indicated by the red line, at which time the counter is reset to 0. The arc density panel presents the arcing history of the unit. As you can see, micro-arcing events appear to be more prevalent at the beginning of each maintenance cycle. Similarly, the hard arc events also appear to occur early within the maintenance cycles. The dashboard defaults to present the data at a lower resolution to ease exploration across large timescales. As we zoom in, we have the option to increase the resolution to high to recover the data at its original precision. This leads us to the concept of process segmentation, where we partition the time series into distinct recipes and process steps and capture several data features for each. Examples include start time, duration, max power, max current, and max voltage, or the total energy output by the pinnacle. By segmenting the data in this way, PowerInsight can capture the critical features of the wafer processing steps, thereby simplifying viewing and analyzing the overall process health over large timescales. For example, to verify whether the recipes remain consistent within and across maintenance cycles. To view the segmentation data, we return to the main dashboard and select Segment History from the Chamber 1 group. This loads the Pinnacle Segmentation History dashboard, which, for this demonstration, is configured to display a subset of the segmentation data: energy per recipe or process step, median impedance, median current, and median voltage. Note that the displayed data span almost 2 weeks. For reference, the energy panel superimposes the cumulative energy output by the Pinnacle for each maintenance cycle. As an example, we can isolate recipes X and Y and verify that the energy input per recipe is approximately constant across both maintenance cycles. Another feature worth noting is the rapid decrease in the median impedance during the first 150 kilowatt hours of each maintenance cycle, after which the decrease relative to throughput tempers significantly. These same data may be viewed in tabular form by navigating to the segment table via the main dashboard. This loads the data into a master table that includes the additional field wafer number, which is assigned based on the number of repeats of the current recipe since the last pre-processing step. The data are filterable to make it easier to locate specific conditions or events. For example, we can isolate the hard arc events by filtering the data to only display segments with large hard arc densities. To view an event in detail, click the active hyperlink, which will load the Pinnacle History dashboard centered on the selected segment. Note that the power profile matches recipe X and that an arc event in excess of 1,000 arcs per second was indeed observed. Now let's review an alert panel that monitors all of the chambers for hard arcs and issues an alarm if an event is observed. From the Pinnacle's faceplate, select Alert Panel. This opens the Pinnacle Alerts panel, which has been configured to monitor all 4 chambers for hard arc events. The top panel lists each unit and its current status. A green heart indicates that there are no active arcing events, whereas a red broken heart indicates that an arc event has recently occurred. For the demonstration, the status of each unit is updated every 30 seconds. If no arc events have been observed within the last 60 seconds, then the status is set to green, aka OK. Otherwise, the status is set to red, or in other words, alerting. The lower panels display the hard arc profiles from each unit for the last 15 minutes. Note that the frequency of the status checks are fully configurable and can be set to be more or less frequent. In addition, the system can be configured to issue notifications via email to specific personnel if the event being monitored requires additional attention. This concludes the PowerInsight demo for semiconductor PVD arc diagnostics. If you have questions, please feel free to contact Advanced Energy's PowerInsight team. Thank you for your time.